Thank you for tuning in to the best parenting show on the internet, Post Daily Dose.
It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post.
Hey, good afternoon, Facebook family. Welcome to another episode of Post Daily Dose with me, your trusted parenting advisor, faithful guide and servant on the healing journey. What's my name? Big Papa Brian+Post. Hope you guys are having an amazing, hang on, give me a moment, Tuesday, having a terrific Tuesday. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Tuesday. Coming to you from the great city of Chico, California. Was just out in Oroville. Got some almonds. Got my little bag of almonds I eat when I'm on the road. Should have gave myself a little bit of a little rant so I don't have almonds jumping out at y'all all the time. So actually I'm fixing to go get me a Jamba Juice because it sounds super good. Because a man cannot live off of almonds alone. Hello there, Mimi. So, got my mask, Mimi, in case you're wondering. So, just thinking about parenting today, chopping it up with lots of different parents in all different stages. And it comes to me, and it has shown up over and over and over again over the last month, that your biggest parenting challenge is not outside of you. It's not about what you do. It's not the tools. It's not the techniques. It is inside of you. Parenting starts from within and it emanates outside of you. I'm going to say that again. Parenting starts from within and it emanates outside of you. Just recently I've been talking about when your children escalate, you have to de-escalate. What's the point of that? The point of that is that parenting starts from inside of you, not outside of you. It's not about what you do right away on the outside of you. When you want to, your child is having some kind of behavior, you want to jump into it automatically. It's not about that, because usually what's happening with that is that that's being generated from stress and fear. Parenting starts inside. It's an inside game. Parenting is an emotional game. Relationship is emotional. It is not a thinking game. You can't think yourself, I've said this over and over and over again, you can't think yourself out of these challenges that your child has. You don't have to think faster than them. You don't have to think ahead of them. You don't have to think about, what punishment you can give them. It is an emotional dynamic first and foremost, and that's so important. Annalisa says, trying Tuesday, but almost over. Good for you, Annalisa. We just take it one day at a time. Sometimes we got to take it hour by hour. A lot of times parents say to me, how do you do it? How do you do it? What do I do? How do I do it? And just today I had this conversation, and I said to the mom, I said, it's not about how you do it. It's not about what you do. It's about getting yourself centered and present and breathing and getting your thinking turned on and your short-term memory turned on. It all starts there. It all starts there. When you can calm the inside of you, everything that emanates outside of you is so much more effective. When you can calm the inside of you and you can get present and you can be mindful and you can be aware, calming the inside of you allows all of that other stuff to happen. It is an inside battle. It is not an outside battle. This is not a parent-child issue. This is not even a challenge and a conflict. It does not start as a challenge and a conflict in the relationship with your child. It starts with the struggle that you have internally, first and foremost, as the parent, as the adult. What are the messages? What are the stories? What are the blueprints that are creating conflict for you in the moment internally, causing you to feel overwhelmed? Renee says, and I love that spelling, Renee Fitzgerald. Renee says, I try so hard to teach my foster parents co-regulation, but they often don't see their part. Oh, hello, Carrie Gibson. Hello, Tammy. And Annalisa says, managing your stuff truly is a game changer. It is the game changer. And teaching co-regulation, that's like the work. That is the work. So the foster parents don't get it because we want to teach co-regulation as a byproduct of everything else. Like so we want to teach co-regulation as a variable to love-based parenting, or to working through trauma, or through dealing with lying, stealing, defiance. We want to teach co-regulation as a variable of that, but it's not. Regulation is the foundation of that. Regulation is the foundation. Co-regulation, it starts with my ability to help you to regulate. As the teacher, as the therapist, co-regulation starts with you and I. But it is in essence the most important thing. And in order to co-regulate, I've got to regulate myself. If you look at it as regulation and dysregulation, and that's what I told a parent today. I said, in every moment, I almost tell you guys this every single day, every moment, as complex as we want to make it, as much as we want to make it about our children's history, as much as we want to make it about, their medication or their diagnosis or any number of sundry things, in any moment, the only challenge and the only conflict is whether to love or not to love. The only conflict in any moment is whether to love or not to love. And you're the judge of that. You're the judge of that internally. You're the judge of that emotionally. Even if you're quiet, even if you're seeming calm, and we talked about walking on eggshells as not being calm, it's actually being stressed out. Hello, Sephora, and hello there, Ashley D. Even if you're seeming calm, only you know if you really are. Even if you're hugging your child, or you're giving your child affection, or you're saying affectionate things to your child, only you know if you are feeling loving. And a lot of times we don't feel so loving, but we don't want to acknowledge that. We feel there's too much judgment and there's too much shame about that. The single greatest conflict in every given moment is whether to love or not to love. That's it. It's not my child's brain's broken. It's not that I've got this background in history. It's just whether I'm going to love in this moment or I'm not going to love. And I ask you guys, I encourage you guys every single day, choose love. The only way we choose love is if we have that internal battle. We have that internal battle in every possible moment. We have that internal battle. Are we going to be loving or are we not going to be loving? I was in the bank today. Went to the bank this morning. Of course, I got to wear my mask, right? Everyone's wearing the mask, which creates a little more anxiety for everyone. And I have the attendant, the clerk, he's waiting on me, and what I need to send a wire. And so he said, but that's handled in another department. And I'm like, fine. But the whole time he's making this transfer for me, this woman's over here having to call, and she's having to look up stuff, and she's having to try to figure something out. So what am I feeling? I'm feeling I'm going to be here for an hour, and I don't want to be here for an hour. I want to be here like 20 minutes in and out, and I want to be gone about my day. So I'm aware of that, right? And so I'm trying to be patient. I feel like I'm probably wanting to be a little more short with the clerk than I am. So the assistant branch manager happens to walk by, and the guy, I think he was new and he was trying to figure it out, so he asked for a little bit of help. So the assistant branch manager walks him through it, and the whole time the lady's still taking her time figuring out these other customers, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting here 15 minutes trying to get this transfer done, and then it's going to be another 15 to 30 minutes waiting for me to even sit down to get the wire done. What am I doing? I'm paying attention to myself. So the assistant bank manager comes up, he's helping, and I say, hey, because he's asking me questions, and it's early and I just want to get in and get out, but I'm trying to be mindful, I'm trying to be respectful, because that's how my mama raised me. And so I said, is there anyone else that can help me with the wire? He's like, sure, we'll do that. So we got the transfer done. He called me over and we got to sit down. He helped me with my wire, and he was telling me about asked me what we do. Told him we work with adoptive families. He said, my pastor just adopted a child from Haiti, you know. And I said, well, let me give you a book for him. So I gave the guy a book for his pastor, maybe plant a seed of love right there. Right? But it all started with me having to slow down and be mindful of myself. And sometimes I know I'm irritable. Sometimes I know I'm agitated. So sometimes I know I'm short-tempered. I know I'm impatient. I had a headache almost all day today. And I'm working with my families, and I'm still very mindful of this headache. I didn't take anything because I felt like it was allergies and I felt like it was going to clear up. But I was very mindful of it. And so I kept having to slow myself down and just stay very mindful and very present that the headache's there. Because otherwise, it would make me impatient, and then that would impact my ability to be attuned to a conversation I might be having with someone. So then from one session, I went to another session. And then before you know it, guess what? My headache's gone. And then I decided I'm going to have a Jamba Juice because that sounds good. Because man cannot thrive off of almonds. Especially not when you're 275 something odd pounds. We won't talk about those odd numbers. It all starts with us. The first struggle, the first battle is the battle within you. I don't care what your child is doing. I do not care what your child is doing. They could be standing on top of a roof. I don't care what they are doing. The first battle is your battle internally. Get your heart right. Get your heart right, and then your mind will get right. But if you try to get your mind right to get your heart right, it ain't going to work. Because your emotions dictate to your thinking brain. Your emotional brain dictates to your thinking brain. Your stress level is always dictating to your thinking. Get your heart right. Get your heart right, and your mind will get right. Get your heart right, and your mind will get right. The first battle is the battle in here, inside, from the inside out. In any given situation, we always have two choices. We can continue to react from the same blueprints of stress, fear, and overwhelm, or we can stop, we can slow down, take 3 to 10 deep breaths, and we can choose love. And I hope you would choose love every single day, every possible moment. And when you can't, when you mess up, that's okay. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. Don't judge yourself. Just do better the next time. That's all we got in this life. All we have in this life is struggle. All we have in this life is one failed experience after another. And then we just get to learn and we just get to grow. So when you have a bad time, don't beat yourself up. Don't blame yourself, and don't blame your child. Don't blame your child. Just take responsibility. Just be willing to take responsibility. Choose love. God bless you. Big Papa loves you. Talk to you guys tomorrow.